Well, friends, Nintendo has kicked off the party early as they're starting to launch all of the plans and all of the preparation for the Switch 2 tonight, right now, and they stealth dropped some surprises. So what's going on already? It's Hacker Switch Force. We've got 1 day remaining till the Switch 2. Tomorrow evening, you can head to your GameStop, your Best Buy, wherever you pre-ordered, line up, get ready, or maybe wait for a console. It seems like a lot of these stores are going to have good stock, whether it's Walmart, Target, Best Buy at midnight, GameStop, Staples, Costco, and more. You should be able to pick one up if you're willing to wait and camp out. But we don't have to wait any longer for the Switch 1 updates that they promised us for free, as well as more free updates. All right, so this is showing what just all went live. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. These are some of the games that we knew about. We're getting Switch 2 updates. Super Mario Odyssey getting its Switch 2 update, but there's more in store than just this, okay? So we also have, here is Tears of the Kingdom. Now, to be clear, Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild are going to require the paid update, but they did add this Portuguese Brazil system language setting, and they did add support for the amiibo. That's why these are following up here and listed here, even though they're paid updates. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, and Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics. But that's not all, okay? We also got an update for the big Mario 3D All-Stars, which I think is freaking crazy because Mario 3D All-Stars is not purchasable, all right? Mario 3D All-Stars is a game you can't get. It's out of print. You can't get it. They released this today. Several adjustments have been made to improve gameplay on Nintendo Switch 2. The software update is required to play the game on Nintendo Switch 2. So we know from the updates that they listed that those are going to have more substantial features, right? We know they even put out a video for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet where it's like, okay, it's bumped up to 60 frames per second. They made it run a lot better. And then they've shown examples of how, okay, Bowser's Fury is going to get this nice update, yada, yada, so on and so forth. So these games that we're talking about now that are getting surprise free updates are probably going to be smaller updates, but we'll have to check out for sure and see exactly what they are. It's good to know, though, that they are making adjustments to improve gameplay on Nintendo Switch 2 for more games than they said, right? And Mario 3D All-Stars is a funny one. Great game. You just can't get it. But if you have it, you can play it on Switch 2. So that one got updated. This is going to make a lot of people happy here. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 just got a Switch 2 update. And again, we don't know exactly what they are. Just several adjustments have been made to improve gameplay on Nintendo Switch 2. But this is very good. This is Nintendo showing that, hey, they're going to go through more games than even they listed. And even if it's not like a new feature, right, like the Zelda Notes aspect to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, even if it's not just like really overhauling the frame rate like with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, they're going to take their games and they're going to improve them for free for us. Thank goodness, okay? Because small updates, like, they should not charge at all, and they're not, which is good. So that's Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I know that's going to make a lot of people happy. Up here, we've got Pikmin 3 Deluxe, which is an interesting one. It's not Pikmin 4, which I think is a bit bizarre. But this one actually had an issue, which is interesting to see. This partially alleviated an issue that occurs when playing on Nintendo Switch 2, where the entire screen flickers during some scenes in the game, such as when days start and end. We'll be releasing an update in the near future to fix this completely. Very bizarre. Okay, so this one's not gameplay improvements for Switch 2. This one's legit a compatibility issue. For some reason, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, I'm guessing because it's a Wii U port, had some issues with Switch 2. Very strange, very bizarre. The other ones I showed you were gameplay improvements. This one, though, is fixing an issue. Now, there's also more. There's Mario Bros. Wonder. This one got the improved gameplay on Nintendo Switch 2, but this one's interesting because I would be shocked if there's not a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Mario Bros. Wonder, right? Mario Bros. Wonder, huge game, recent game, and did not have DLC. Therefore, it feels very ripe to get a Nintendo Switch 2 edition in the same vein as Kirby and the Forgotten Land, which is basically getting like a plus mode added on, plus content added on. I think Mario Wonder could definitely fit in the same mold as Bowser's Fury, right? We saw how that added on an extra section, effectively DLC and expansion, to an already existing game, and we know that's what they're kind of doing with some of these Switch 2 editions. And so Mario Wonder feels like one that could get a new island, a new world, couple new worlds, something like that. It feels right for DLC. It feels perfect for that. But given that we're getting this update today, Does this rule out a Switch 2 edition? The fact that you can just make this update and you're getting it for free, 1.0.2? I don't really know. We'll have to try and learn about this, see the next wave of Switch 2 editions that Nintendo announces, and figure out, like, if a game does get a free update, does that mean it's never getting a Switch 2 edition? Is it possible to get both, or does it only get one or the other? All right, so we also got updates here for Kirby Star Allies. This one is, again, a gameplay improvement on Nintendo Switch 2. Could be resolution, could be frame rate, could be a bit of both, could be... I feel like if it was a fix, like it didn't work, they would just say that like they did with Pikmin 3 Deluxe. So these have to be improvements. And then there's Kirby's Dream Buffet, a weird one. This was the downloadable small Kirby game that came out a couple of years back, and they are giving us a nice update. Now, in terms of more than this, this is what we have so far. Now, Nintendo also dropped the update for the N64 app tonight as well. This is here, so you can remount controls for each game. And on Switch 2, it added the CRT filter and rewinding. So Nintendo is getting this already. They're pushing the updates for the games that they need to push updates for, Switch 1 games. More hopefully to come. Is there going to be a regular schedule of Cadence, an update video like we get for NSO, or is it just going to be randomly you turn on your Switch 2 and there's an update for, Metroid Dread, and now you know that it has a Switch 2 update, improvement, fix, or how are they going to do it? We're going to have to learn, but they're getting everything set in place, and that's probably because, yes, the Switch 2 does launch at midnight on January 5th Eastern Time, June 5th Eastern Time, but it does launch much earlier in New Zealand, Australia, that part of the world. So by my calculations, from the time I posted this video, there were less than 10 hours remaining till this thing launches in Australia. Therefore, they got to get this stuff ready. Now, as of right now, the update to actually go onto the eShop, play Switch 1 games, download something, take advantage of the new features, load game chat. That update is still not out. So Nintendo is doing this in a very careful and cautious order. They have pushed the game updates for Switch 1 games. They've pushed the N64 update. But as we can see from this person right here 50 minutes ago, the system, they have a Switch 2, and the system is still stuck on version 19.0.0. It's saying your system is up to date, and there is no way that you can force this update. A system update is required before you can proceed, but then when you go to make the update, it's still offline. So Nintendo being super cautious, they've dropped the game updates, they've dropped the N64. This one should, to me, there's no way they can release this thing in Australia in the morning and not have this update ready to go. So I'm guessing that this update is going to go live in a couple of hours, and then everything will be set and prepped for Switch 2 launch. There shouldn't be any hassle or heartache with downloading the update or logging in or waiting for the update. Hopefully Nintendo has this all planned. They're getting it all ready via Switch 1 first, via NSO next, and then via the actual Switch 2 important system update itself. So we are so close. This is like watching somebody walk, carrying our dream to deliver it straight to us. Like, they're taking the steps, okay? It's like tracking the Switch 2 launch, not the system itself, but like the entity, right? Nintendo's process, dropping updates, preparing updates, getting them ready. It's very cool. It's great to know that there's more Switch 1 game updates than we knew about. And hopefully this thing pops soon so that there's nobody should have to pick up their Switch 2 and go home and see this screen. That should not be a thing. No matter where you are in the world, if you get your Switch 2, you should be able to, after launch, right? You should be able to play it. And it seems like that is coming very, very soon, which means eShop, which means Mario Kart World, which means playing those Switch 1 games with their updates on the Switch 2, which means basically the next gen of Nintendo Switch and Nintendo themselves and gaming is right around the corner. No, quite literally. It's around the corner. This screen, yes, it's a block right now. It's an obstacle, but it's going to be gone very soon, as evidenced by all the updates that just got pushed. So let me know in the comments down below which of those Switch 1 games you're most excited to play on your Switch 2, and can you feel the anticipation in the air? Can you feel it's there? It's right there. People are lining up already. People are about to get their system in Australia and New Zealand. The servers are ready to go, just about for the update, all ready for the game updates. We're so close. We're so close, friends, and I cannot wait to experience it all with you tomorrow. So thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. I should probably sleep because I'm so excited. I know I'm not going to sleep tomorrow, but I should get some rest. Hopefully you can get some rest as well. In the meantime, everybody, thanks again for watching. Switch Force out.